Hold on.
Ooh, it's live.
We're live.
Not yet.
Oh, we're not live.
Now we are.
We're live.
All right, let me just wait for this so I can. Oh, all right, you're already muted for me. Good job. All right, welcome everybody to an all new episode of GVN Review. Today we will be breaking down everything that happened at the Game Awards yesterday. Well, not literally everything. The stuff.
All of it. Every single thing.
Stuff that matters.
All the
Just
premieres, all the crazy
If
independent
you want,
shit.
All
if
the
you want me
ads.
awake the whole time, maybe not.
Yeah. Again. Broad strokes. Broad strokes. But I want to welcome in for this review, starting off with Trayvon. What's up, Trayvon?
Hey everybody, I'm happy to be here. Telling my background, this is the main event, Sonic. This is where we at. It's a Sonic time. Yes,
You're wearing blue too.
yes, I am. That was not intentional, but I am. But yes,
Coincidental.
this is actually a Star Lab shirt. But yeah, but yes.
Well, you could make a case the better speedster out of the two would be Sonic. But anyway, next up, Jamie. What's up, Jamie?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here. I just actually today was my last final, so this is like the first of many celebrations.
Yes.
Nice.
I like it. So we gotta make sure we have fun then with this one for sure.
100%.
And last,
I will click end meeting so fast.
I will click it for you if it starts to get boring. Don't worry, I got you. And last but definitely not least, brother from another mother, Joel. What's up, Joel?
What's up, everybody? Let's do this again.
I just did two review things with Joe.
No,
I changed my name. I did one for one stream. I was Bing Bong, and then for the other stream, I was Joe's other brother. So my goal is to every time I do streams with other people, find very interesting ways to change my name. So that Geek Vibes Nation that I'm looking at won't be that way for long. I'm gonna figure out something interesting. It'll naturally happen throughout this episode. But all right, let's get into it. I want us to start off with movies/shows before we dive all deep into gaming. So we don't have to ping pong back and forth. So Trayvon, I'm gonna start off with you. We got a trailer from a character. I'm not sure what his name is. I think he's a hedgehog. He's blue.
I think.
Can't remember. I think it's Sonic. I think it was Sonic. I think so. Trayvon, what were your thoughts on our sequel to the very successful Sonic the Hedgehog live action movie?
I am very excited about this movie. I was very excited about the first one. After they fixed the character look, when they fixed the character look, I was like, yes, I'm here for it now. Because the first time I was like, I don't know. But now when they did that, it's perfect now. The movie was so much fun. Just great. I'm just really excited to see a Robotnik, of course, coming back. Tails coming through a portal, and then we got Knuckles. Like, don't play with me. Like, I don't need your power. I was just like, yeah, let's do this. Like, this is great. Like, never would have thought we would get this. Honestly, like, this is so cool. Yeah, I mean, and then of course the game thing. So I'm open world Sonic game just sounds like heaven to me. So I'm really excited for that.
Yes, sir. And we will get to that open world Sonic game. Trust me, because I think all of us are excited for that. But no, you're right. I mean, that definitely stole the entire trailer. Sonic just under, for good reasons. He's just like, well, Robotnik's here, so clearly whatever this thing is, he wants my power too. And Knuckles is just like, oh, you haven't heard. Oh, okay, yeah. Nah, I don't need that. I'm pretty strong myself. If you haven't seen yet. And look, you just can't cast any better than Idris Elba to voice Knuckles. That's just it's perfect casting. I definitely put casting Idris as Knuckles up there with casting Sylvester Stallone in Suicide Squad as King Shark. It's just like when you hear it, it's just like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what it should sound like. No, so I enjoyed this a lot. Again, what they're doing, what Jim Carrey is doing with Dr. Robotnik is awesome. Just getting the mustache was all I needed. That was really all I did. That was the only missing ingredient, and I got it. And he's even the scene that sets up the scene you were talking about, Trayvon, where he just goes, "Excuse my manners, Sonic, meet Knuckles." It is just like, you get the chills. You get the chills.
Yes.
And again, I want to give a huge shout out to Ben Schwartz. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I remember Sonic the Adventures cartoon, right? So to me, that was always Sonic. That's what Sonic sounds like.
White circle.
Right. Yes, exactly. Just like how, so literally everyone, Batman always will be Kevin Conroy. So I want to give a huge shout out to Ben for coming in and kind of bringing a new kind of feel to Sonic. You know what I'm saying? Like a new kind of swagger to Sonic. I love this, and I can't wait to continue to see how he grows into the Sonic that we all know and love. Joel, I'll go to you next. I made sure I didn't bring up the part that I know you were going to bring up because you're hoping we get this at some point. But we did see some jewelry in this trailer, Joel. So what were your thoughts, and what are you kind of hoping we maybe see out of this jewelry going forward?
You mean the Sonic chain they had for the anniversary?
You didn't see him dripping? You thought he was dripping. Well, go ahead, Joel. What were your thoughts?
So we got our first look, and it looked very beautiful, by the way. The Chaos Emeralds, the green one. And it was very pretty. Like many of you here, Sonic is a fan favorite, especially mine. It's like growing up, Sonic was my favorite video game character. He probably still is, honestly. Because even though I'm not a big fan of the newer games with him in it, I'm obviously more a fan of the 2D version. I still enjoy the character of Sonic. Like I grew up watched both cartoons because there was two different cartoons back in there. And then there was the one where he was in a rock band. Weird as fuck. Still watched it. There was the animated movie. I remember that. So I was all over Sonic, back in the day. I really, really was. I was Sonic for Halloween one year. You know what I mean? So
okay.
There was a lot of that. It was
like, Steve.
That's how old Sonic is. It's an old character. But I love him. And I really like everyone here. Like you wanted to see the movie do well, and then obviously the first time you saw you're like, no, they fucked up already.
Right.
You're like, nah. You were just, but they went back, changed everything, and beautiful.
Here we are.
How hard was that? Yeah. That's what tells you, like, who okayed that first design, and why are they still working? Because they probably
they're always wanting him to look realistic. Like what?
What the
fuck? I think they were trying to go. I think they were trying to go like the Pokemon route, where they're like, okay, like let's make these Pokemon come to life. Like, what would they realistically look like?
Detective Pikachu did a hell of a job.
Yeah,
it was really good. But also, doing that with Sonic and trying to make him like a humanoid hedgehog thing.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, we say it all the time. There's a way to bring comic books or video games to life. I don't need the whole essence of it being realistic. I can't look out my window and see Sonic at any point. So it's like, you don't have to get realistic on me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mind photorealistic though. Like giving him
no. I get that. I'm saying how realistic they were going that the first time around. Like, don't do that. Like, I don't need to think like, oh, it's a real hedgehog. Don't do that. don't ever.
He had calf muscles, Joan.
Yes, I know. I'm like, wait, what? What is it? I mean, all I can say is whoever okayed that, I can't imagine was a Sonic fan. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. There's just no way you would look at that and go, you know what? They'll love this. Like, come on, no, you know that.
Yeah, like who put that through and they said, this will work. I don't understand that. Like, you know what the character looks like, and you know what's. It just makes no sense. I'm just glad they went and put in the money to fix it. And look, it worked out because now they got a sequel. They'll probably have another one of those. This is look. They just saved themselves from a total mess. It could have been terrible. Movie was actually good. Then it's insane. It's and now this movie looks fantastic. We got Tails and Knuckles in this movie. The classic plane from the game. We got Chaos Emeralds. We have a more accurate looking Dr. Robotnik. It's awesome.
You know the thing that confused me where when they first showed the first design, I was like, even if you were trying to make this for kids, it's like you're almost scaring them with how he looked. I didn't even understand it. I was like, what was the thought process at all?
Whoever did that was trying to kill Sonic for the next 4 generations for sure. 100%. They were like, Sonic dies today. But yeah, no, I mean, I like that you said that, Joel, because I'm going to be honest with you. He didn't have his own show, but as far as my all-time favorite video game character, it would have been Crash Bandicoot had he actually talked. If he talked, because he didn't have a show. Like, Sonic didn't talk in the game, like in the earlier games, but he then had shows and whatnot, and you could actually hear him. Crash has only ever been a video game, and here's the thing that stresses me. He's the only character in his game that does not talk. That's what's most frustrating. He
like Link.
Hey, man. Yeah, Link's iconic. Link made it work. Crash got to be pretty.
Can I say this, though? At least Link has some of the greatest flutes of all time. Like, at least he has something else going.
They did have an old cartoon where he did talk, but those games he never talks,
For
Legend of Zelda.
Oh, okay. You scared me. I'm like, wait, there was a Crash Bandicoot cartoon?
No. Legend of Zelda. Back in the day where there was a Captain N. I don't know. I go back to Captain N. I don't know about y'all. I go back pretty far.
Yeah, no. It just always appealed to me, Crash Bandicoot, where I could sacrifice the mask so that I can live on. And there was just something always so appealing about that made him my favorite. I was just like, I'm going to die. And it's like, no, you can just use the mask. And it's like, all right, here you go. Take him, kill him. But all right, Jamie, going into you. I did want to say, I am with Joel. I did enjoy the plane, but I do hope we get a lot of Tails flying himself, like physically using
for sure.
tail to fly.
Yeah, for
sure. Because when you see the plane, you just go, all right, well, he's just going to use the plane. It's like, well, remember how it ended the last time we saw Tails in the first movie? He was flying on his own with his own tail. I want more of that because it just looks so cool. And the way they did it in that movie was just like, yes. Because you could have just shown him. You could have just shown him coming out of the portal and that's it. But showing him flying lets us know you'll see more of it. Don't you worry. But what were your thoughts, Jamie?
I really liked it. I actually, while I was scrolling through Twitter today, I got to hear the part where like Sonic is interacting with Knuckles a little bit clearer because during the Game Awards, I practically talked the whole time. It's like, oh my God, I can't wait to happening. And I didn't hear a lot of stuff. So I got to like listen to him and be like, oh no, like, I don't need your powers. I was like, oh, Knuckles. Oh my gosh. He's going for all the smoke. So I'm excited to see this. I feel like Knuckles is going to add a dynamic to Sonic and Tails that we didn't see in the first movie, where there might be a little bit, not necessarily serious, but maybe something like a little bit darker or something. We talked about this a little bit last night after the Game Awards. Like hopefully this will lead into like more Sonic characters getting integrated. Like, I don't know how well Amy is perceived, but like, I don't know. You always see Amy with Sonic.
I want to see all of them. And if you go that long, I want to see as many characters as you can. Yeah.
Shadow.
I'm with you, Trayvon. I'm with you. I'm right with you, man. I'm right with you. Yeah, I am very intrigued because I did always think, as someone who played Sonic Adventures for Dreamcast, shout out to my dad who's watching, got me my first Dreamcast. The way Knuckles used to fly and stick to walls and then climb up them, glide. Yeah, to me back then that was as flying as you could possibly get. But I wonder if they're gonna go that route. If they don't, no biggie. But he would look hilarious because his gloves are so huge. So you just see these gloves just doing this, and then he would stick to the wall and just climb up like that. So it's very entertaining to look at.
I don't know. I feel like it could be kind of like a Wolverine kind of moment, you know? It could be pretty cool.
That's what I'm saying. It would be hilarious where he does the snick and then he's just climbing up walls. It's just like, what are you using? So yeah, I really do hope so that we see that. Trayvon, we're gonna get out of this Sonic topic, but I do want to ask you this. I asked Joel and Jamie this yesterday, but and you kind of probably already said it, but who's the one villain you want to see with Sonic?
That's hard. I don't know. I just like with this game or this movie, all of it, just the fact that we've gotten Knuckles and Tails, I'm kind of just like, I'm happy that's happening. That means we can probably get everything else. So I don't know. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx by saying the character. I'm happy we got Robotnik right now. Let's see what else we get. Like, I'm nervous about this character. Like, I just don't. Video game stuff does not go well.
Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Because we know this. We know these movies aren't going to be bad, right? Like, I don't think this movie is going to be anywhere near bad. So I don't think that we won't get a lot of the things that we want. Because us getting Knuckles this early shows that we're on the trajectory that the games were on. We're going the same route that the games went.
Yeah, I guess.
Is it Shadow? Are you gonna say Shadow?
Yeah, I mean that's the one I mentioned earlier, but that's gonna be I don't know. I want to have Fast Stuff do that or how long? I don't know. Shadow. Let's go with Shadow. I'm just go with that.
Yeah. I was saying to Joel and Jamie last night that you could use Shadow as early as the next movie, or Shadow could be like Sonic's Thanos. It's a pretty big character, and when he comes, things change. Things change. Me personally, I just want to see chaos. I want to get to chaos. I immediately want to get to chaos. It's funny because when you look at collecting the Chaos Emeralds, it is very reminiscent to what we just saw Thanos too. Except there is no glove. Yeah. There's no glove. And like Joel said, the ultimate thing is for us to see in this universe, supersonic. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you get to that moment, I might cry. like that might be one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. I really do think, and Joel brought this up because it is kind of neck and neck, but seeing Sonic go supersonic, and then the day we ever get anything Dragon Ball Z, and it's good, and seeing Goku turn Super Saiyan for the first time, bro, you'll have to pick me up. I'll have melted all over the theater. like that is just, it's the ultimate thing I never thought we'd see done successfully. So for us to get supersonic one day, fingers crossed. Joel, you also Shadow for you?
I mean, eventually.
Yeah. Whether it's the next movie or just someone that you definitely want to see going forward.
I most definitely want to see Shadow one day eventually, especially if that's the end game. You know, like I don't know what the end game is for this. I don't know. They already got Robotnik. I'm very fine with just Robotnik all the time because that's what I'm used to anyway. You know, and while you play the games, it's Dr. Robotnik's house. It's always Dr. Robotnik, or I would like the Robo Sonic, like I told you, because I'm used to that one too, from like Sonic's CD and looking from the. I've fought that robot many times. You know what I mean? So that's a nice intermediary character to throw in there, especially when now you got Tails and Knuckles with you. But yeah, Shadow is a character that was part of the adventures part. Like I didn't grow up with Shadow, so I can give a fuck about Shadow. But I know he's a cool looking character. And like I want someone on Power. You need someone on Power Sonic for it to go for Supersonic to mean something. So I'm like, that would make sense. And like I want something like that, where it would be like super cool to watch on screen because I think that would be like the fastest battle ever.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like this.
Like, you know what I compare it to? You know what I compare it to, Joel? I compare it to like if you're doing a Dragon Ball Z universe, right? We all know that it's the Saiyan saga, it's the Frieza saga, then obviously you got Cell, then you got Boo, right? And that's pretty much if you're doing movies where you could see them just spanning, just those, right? But hardcore fans know that if you're gonna get a live action movie and you're gonna go for it, Broly has to be there. But if he's not, it's okay if he's not. But that character, it defines how strong Goku and Vegeta really are. Because you go Frieza, Cell, Boo, they only got strong enough to a point, right? There was never truly a moment where it was like, shit, Goku might die today. Broly was brought in.
Goku
really
did die. He died twice.
Yeah, he died multiple times.
Well, remember in the Cell saga, that was a sacrifice. That ultimately
he died fighting. Piccolo killed him, with the Raditz and shit. That was
that was also a sacrifice. Yeah, Goku stayed sacrificing, but never straight up dying. But yeah,
I wouldn't go Broly before I go Cell, Frieza, or
no. I'm not saying take out anything to put Broly in. I'm saying, like you were just saying, if it's Robotnik all the way through, it makes sense. But to me, Shadow is a huge part to the legacy of Sonic, quite like Broly is. So I'm like, to see that, to where you're going up against someone who literally is like right there of you. You know what I'm saying? At no point where you could just power Goku up. That's just gonna, oh my God, that's gonna be so freaking cool. It's so freaking cool. Jamie, who do you want to see utilized?
Probably Shadow. I don't know a whole lot of different Sonic villains, I guess. So, they already have Eggman. Like, Shadow's the only other one that I'm familiar with. So, definitely Shadow.
No, look, that's the way to go. Like, when we get the Mario movie, it'll probably be Bowser 900 times. so there are other people for sure. Like, you could utilize Wario the way that you're utilizing Knuckles now. But ultimately, you're gonna get Bowser all the time.
Like, I feel like that's a one and done.
Prepare themselves. You think Mario can only be one and done?
I don't think it can be one and done, but I feel like it's just kind of like this is like our big anniversary project. There we go, Mario movie.
Yeah, I kind of I don't know. It really depends the route that they go. Because to me, I kind of felt like Luigi should have been utilized the way that they're using Tails. Like, you don't start with Luigi, you start with Mario, and then you end it where you get Mario and Luigi, and then the next one is Mario and Luigi. So I don't know. I don't know.
I thought it was an animated movie.
There is
a live action one back then?
No, it's
animated.
Oh, okay.
Animated.
Okay.
It's animated.
Okay.
Mario.
I don't. Yeah. Well, Trevon, let me just say this: I don't think the world would ever accept Chris Pine being Mario and that actually working in live action. I don't think anyone would want to see that. Yeah, Chris Pratt is a live action Mario.
Yeah.
I don't think
they already did one live action Mario, and that was
funny.
It didn't turn out well in the theatrical sense, but fans are able to laugh at it now.
Yes.
You scared off Nintendo for many years.
Yeah, I think the best thing about that movie is that people just look back at it like, man, that was a great comedy. And it's like, I don't think they were aiming for that, but yeah, sure. All right, last thing, Trayvon. You think we'll ever get the rings on Sonic's wrist and feet?
Do we have to?
I don't know if I remember all of that.
I don't either.
It was Adventure Joel. That's why you wouldn't. All right, let's move on. Let's get into our second. Actually, let's get some. We got quite a few people here in the comment section. Let's go through this. Shout out to Scene and Nerd Podcast, letting us know that when we were thinking we weren't live at the beginning, we indeed were. Shout out to Brandon. Star Wars Eclipse looks amazing. Trust me, Brandon. Stay tuned. We will get to that. My dad says Crash is my guy for sure. I love Crash. It was a very simplistic game, but very annoying. Brandon says also Rumbleverse looks kind of cool. You already know Epic is lining up the WWE content. Yeah, I can't wait to see what this new wrestling game does because they took a whole year and a half off. So the game better be good.
I mean, honestly, I feel like that's how a lot of these like games that involve sports should go. I don't think they should come out as frequently as they do because people have been complaining for the past like few years that just like FIFA 2021 or 2022 is the same as 2021 and then like so on. Not that I play them, but that's just what I hear from the interwebs. And at the rate that they're pushing them out, I could see it.
My biggest issue with sports games just is there's really no competition. Like MLB The Show is the prominent baseball game. Madden is the prominent football game. 2K is your prominent basketball game. So when you don't have any competition, well, you would kind of tell your fan base, well, what else are you going to go to? Like there is no other NBA game for you to play. So you're going to take this same recycled NBA game and you're going to like it. And what do we do every year? We take it, you know? So until they get legit competition, they are just going to continuously recycle it, but you know.
Yep, there are. I think it was during E3. There are a few other publishers that are trying to make specifically like football, like soccer kind of games. And there's one like anime soccer game that came out, but nobody's talked about it since. So I don't know if it was that great, but
yeah,
they're trying.
Yeah, 2K for like maybe a day had NBA Live as true competition, and then it just died. And then 2K was just like, well, recycled because there's no one else here. All right, a few more comments. Knuckles is my personal favorite. Yeah, Knuckles was just because he was just so drastically different than Sonic and Tails. So when he came in, it was just like, who the hell is this? And then you kind of see how he worked, and you're like, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Sarah Walker says Vast Tech. Mr. E says what's up. Joe says Star Wars Eclipse looks so good. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, guys. Mr. E says he has a soft spot for the old live action Mario movie. Look, not a problem.
I do too. You know, it's bad, but I kind of love hate it. You know what I mean?
I think I've seen that movie once and never again. So that's where I leave.
Well,
because I was very young when I first watched it, so it hit me different.
No, I get it.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now watching it as an adult, if that was my first time, I would throw up on it probably. But but like at the time as a child, like that was the closest thing you could get to Mario Brothers in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved John Leguizamo and a lot of the actors in it. So, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to our second trailer. We got a trailer for the new Halo series coming out on Paramount Plus next year. It's being led by Pablo Schreiber as Master Chief. It's interesting. It looks interesting. Is really all I can say. Visually, it looks beautiful. Where they're gonna go story wise, I don't know. The weapons look good. They didn't really show any of the aliens. So I find that interesting. You really just saw Spartans, the Spartans really, and that was really it. So I'm very intrigued to see if this is setting up the war or if the war has already begun. But I can say Master Chief looks great. He looks really, really, really good. So much so that Paramount Plus, when you go to their YouTube page to click on the trailer, their thumbnail is Master Chief, but I swear to God, it looks just like the game. So when I went to go click on it, I'm like, I don't want to watch the game trailer. And then I click on it, I'm like, oh my God, this is a show? Like, he looks amazing. Goodness gracious. So shout out to them for putting a lot of love and effort and money, lots of money into this show. But Trayvon, I'll start off with you. You a big Halo fan? You excited for this series?
I used to play Halo like 1 and 2, and back then. I am not a great player of it. I tried to get on Halo Infinite multiplayer one day, and I don't know if I'll be doing that again. I'm not. I used to love playing with like my friends when we hooked the comes up together in the house and stuff like that. This online stuff is different. I'm just playing the back in the day version. Swords and shotguns is my thing. So, but now,
me too.
Yeah. But now, I mean, it's cool. I'm going to play the campaign just to do it. Multiplayer, not so much. But yeah, I'm really excited for the show. It's they've announced it so long ago, so I'm just excited that they're finally doing it. It's finally coming out. It looks great. I mean, that's all I really got right now. Pablo Schreiber, I love him, so yeah, I'm excited for him.
Yeah, I'm with you. And yeah, swords is exactly what I would go for, Trayvon, 100%. Yeah, so to me, I'm always close kills when I play Halo Online. I'm very close kills, so I'll sneak up on you and just shank you. But no, you're absolutely right. And like we were saying yesterday, Halo has some of the best storytelling in their games. So like I said, I hope for a lot of people that usually only play multiplayer or play online, this show is good enough that people are like, you know what, maybe I'll try some of the actual solo campaigns for this game that I never really got into. But no, you are right. It did take a while for us to get to this point of a trailer, but I'm fine with that as long as it's good. I'd rather you take your time and it be good than you rush it just so we have something and then the show is horrible. Or he doesn't look good, or we get a whole Sonic, the first go-around fiasco. You know what I'm saying?
That probably explains the aliens. Maybe they're still working on CG and stuff.
Yeah, that's why I said no problem. Because this is essentially, it was a full-length trailer, but it essentially was their teaser. Right. Next year we'll get closer and closer and closer. But I'm fine. I'm completely fine with it. All right, Jamie, what were your thoughts on this Halo trailer?
I was definitely it piqued my interest for sure. Just going off of like the Halo series that I've seen in the past that did not have Master Chief at all, they've already got a point there. I am kind of curious as to like where they're gonna go for the story. I actually started the campaign for Halo Infinite earlier today. And so kind of like taking in the whole soft reboot thing. I don't know if they'll be doing a little bit of retelling and a little bit of mixing in some new stuff, or if they're going to tackle some content they haven't talked about before, like how like Master Chief became Master Chief, or what the whole Spartan program entails, which is like pretty dark. So I don't know if they want to put that out into the ether, even though that material is available, like readily available. I don't think like most Halo players really know about that. I don't know. Yeah. Now that you did bring up the whole thing that there were no aliens in it, it does kind of make me wonder what they're going to do, because it would cost a lot of money to do CG for every single episode. So they're probably going to have some kind of, what do they call it? I don't know if they would do like a costume or some kind of animatronic to like be a placeholder and then like do as little CG as possible to like polish it up. Or it could just be, I don't know, maybe the Flood. I guess the Flood do take over pretty much like anything they can get their hands on. So they could fight other Marines and say like, oh, like the Flood took over like this whole base, so we got to go clear out this base now. So I don't know. There's a few options there, so I'm curious to see like what they're gonna do with the story, and definitely curious to see how Master Chief is gonna get involved, because he's a man of few words.
Few, I'd say that man says no words. That man is just a more human Crash Bandicoot.
When I was playing Infinite earlier, there's this guy talking to him, and he's just like, "No, I'm gonna do it." He's like, "What? What do you mean? Like we have to do all this? Blah 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 blah." He's like, "No, I'm gonna do it," and then he just like goes off, does his own thing. Like, okay.
Master Chief is very much right to the point.
Yep.
No need to say extra words that are unnecessary. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I am curious now that you said that, Jamie. I am curious. You do amongst the Marines, and then you end the season with aliens, because if you go all out on these aliens and the show doesn't hit, that's a lot of money you just put out there. And it's something that you don't have to rush into. You know what I'm saying? This is a very expansive story that you can dive into in different places. So you can just start off with a war amongst themselves, and then, you know, when that gets resolved, and it's like, all right, things can go back to normal. Boom, in comes the alien invasion, and it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So there's ways you can go for sure. Joel, as our resident expert on all things Xbox, how excited are you for this Halo series? You have yourself muted, Joel.
It's good because I did not say anything nice. As a fan of Xbox and all its content, all two of them, I believe Halo, it's a big thing for Halo to hit, you know, as a live action series, because it deserves it. You know, it's a series that has a lot of a good lore behind it, and it's a great game overall. I think overall, even though it does seem like it doesn't really evolve very much, but it's how far can you go with it, honestly, with the same dude? And you know,
I mean, with this most recent Halo, like the different armor abilities and they've actually added a few new weapons. And in the campaign, they have like an upgrade system, so you can like upgrade the energy sword to like something even better, which I'm like, that's already worrying. That's cool. And that's worrying for me because I'm usually getting stabbed by it. So I'm like, oh God.
Like that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It is cool until like you get stabbed. But
yeah,
but yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I think they have like a really good chance of doing really well, especially now with Splitgate, which, you know, that's pretty much like every platform's Halo if they've like never experienced it, because I think Splitgate is also on PlayStation. So I don't know, Halo's getting some, building its influence, so the show has some good momentum right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I wish it well, honestly, because like I said, I don't play it much. I've played it before, but I never played the campaign or the story mode. So like I can't really talk to the lore of it. But I will be checking it out because it does look cool. And like you said, like you can barely tell the difference between the video game model and the actual reality model. That's already a win in my opinion. So that's good. Can't wait to see it in action.
You know they want this to be a streaming like pull. So
yeah, I want to see what a live action looks like.
Yeah. So
it's gonna be awesome.
All right, let's see what comments we got. I never gotten into Halo, sadly, mainly because all the homies played Call of Duty. I still want to say that no one ever gives SOCOM the credit it deserves as the better war game for PlayStation. SOCOM was great. Unfortunately, it didn't have the legs. And then when Call of Duty came in, there were just no other war games. So it just was just like, I'm going to buy up all the real estate of war games.
I liked Killzone. I thought Killzone was fun.
Killzone was fun. Yeah. But SOCOM to me was the OG, because SOCOM was, I think, one of the first games you had to put a headset on and you can direct the rest of your soldiers. Like you can tell them like go over there or hide or start shooting. SOCOM was freaking awesome, and it was definitely before Call of Duty, but again, no one remembers it apparently, so whatever. Master Chief looks dope. Playing Infinite right now. Yeah. As you're saying, Jamie, if you have Game Pass for Xbox, definitely go download Halo.
Yeah, you can get the campaign for free, and then the multiplayer is already free to play, so you don't even need Game Pass for it. So,
right. So make sure you go check it out, please. Good game, great story. All right, let's move on. I want to talk Matrix. I legit have been telling Joel for forever that I want a remaster of Path of Neo. The game was amazing. So is the other Matrix game with where you could play as Jada Pinkett Smith. Those Matrix games were amazing, and I feel like literally no one remembers them. So I just found out. You don't remember it, Trayvon?
I've never played that. I didn't even know.
You never played Path of Neo?
I didn't even know that was a game. No,
Oh
sorry.
my!
I've seen a Matrix game, but I don't know which one it was.
Yeah, it looked interesting when I was there, but I never played it either.
Saw a little video clip of the one you saw about the Neo one, and I was like, oh, that's what it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, where that game sold me was one of the levels was recreating that park scene where it was just like 150 different agents, and you actually could pick up a pole out of the ground and fight. Like it was so freaking awesome. But anyway, we got. Oh, were you gonna say something, Joel?
I was gonna argue that the Stickman videos used to do that better, but whatever.
Okay, all right. We're just gonna skip over that hate. No, so we're getting Matrix Awakens, and it looks great. Talk about not being able to differentiate the game from real. Because when they brought you into the simulation and you're looking at Keanu and Carrie, it's like, is this real or are you like digitized? Like it looks exactly the same, but you can notice that it is digitized a bit. But this game looks cool. Apparently the demo is up on PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
Full
Trevor.
game? It's gonna be a full game.
No,
I thought it was
No, I think it's just like
just the
maybe
experience little thing.
It's a free to play.
I think it's like two hours or 2 hours 30. So it's a good length, but yeah, it's not a full game.
No.
Okay.
This is probably their way of going, if this works, we'll do a full game. So play it, people, god damn it, so I can at least get a remastered Path of Neo. Like,
I got it preloaded on my PS5.
I don't have
So when I go home, I can play it.
Thank you, Jamie. I swear that's all I asked. I just want a remastered Path of Neo. Joe, have you got a chance to not play it, but at least see what it's about?
Yeah, I saw it. I can't play it because I don't have a new one of the elite systems at the moment. So till then, I have to just watch it from a distance.
Did it look interesting to you at all?
Looks okay. I mean, I'd rather watch the movie, but you know, if they say it plays well, I'll play it. But.
Yeah. I mean, the core concept, again, I haven't played it either myself yet. I literally just found out about it today, only to find out news about it came out a few days ago. I'm like, what the fuck have I been? But it essentially looked like Grand Theft Auto, but in Matrix. And it's like, what? Like, you know how dope that sounds? So I will be finding a way to play that immediately. But Trayvon, you at least saw it, right? Like
I saw a clip. Yeah. Yes, the clips have been going around. I was like, interesting. This looks crazy. I've said this before. I'm not the biggest Matrix person. But I watched the first one again. I need to watch the other two before this new one comes out. I am still on the fence on if I'm going to the theater or not, because it is going to be on HBO Max. And I'm like, I feel like this might be a theater, but we're gonna see. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I'm excited to see this. It looks cool. They have powers, so I'm in automatically. They have powers.
Trayvon, Neo flies.
Yes, he does.
Flying. You like flying.
I saw that.
Come on now. Come on.
I saw that.
How did that not sell you just off of that?
When I saw the first one, all that like weird thing they were in, I don't know, it just threw me off. They have the weird stuff. And I'm like, this isn't. Let's get back to the woo and all that. Let's get to that. Like, I don't know. Like,
so essentially, Trayvon, you're saying you had the same problem with the Matrix movies that people have with Assassin's Creed, which is, I just want to be the assassin. I don't care about the human that has to get in the machine for me to be the assassin. Just keep me as the assassin.
Let me tell you about that. I didn't know anything about that until I watched the movie, the Assassin's Creed movie. I was like, oh, let me see this.
Oh, really?
Stop talking. Are you telling me right now that the first experience you have with Assassin's Creed was that movie? Do not tell me that's what you just said.
I think he was saying that the first time he saw the Animus was the Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. Like, I didn't know that you were jacked in or whatever. I didn't know.
Wow. That's interesting.
Sorry.
Wow.
Well, I think in
I
that
was
movie
never
you get to see
Assassin's Creed
Desmond.
person. So
I
yeah, so
was. That ruined
yeah, I
that movie
wasn't.
ruined it for me.
Oh,
No,
really? Okay.
I kind of am still. I don't know.
I used
Ubisoft's
to.
been tearing at my heart.
Bro, I'm
Oh.
telling you, the more I think about that movie, the more I never want to touch anything Assassin's Creed again, ever.
Huh.
That movie.
I
was
wiped it from my
bad.
mind.
It was a good. I mean, it's a good overall idea, but they threw too much out there too fast. So like I take a while sometimes to play games, and they had one every fucking year, and I'm like,
Yeah,
slow
see,
down.
they didn't used to do that. And that's why
I
I'm
hate it.
saying, like, developers, well, not developers, specifically Ubisoft needs to be like, hey, let's slow down, make something
Right.
that's like a quality game
Let
instead
it
of just being
breathe.
like just pumping things out because
Right.
they're wasting so many good ideas.
The Animus was worthless in the last couple games. Like, what was the point of the Animus? It was a waste.
Yeah.
Pointless. Like, I don't know. No one wants to be there anyway, and they made you want it less.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's just
I
nothing
miss
worse.
Desmond.
There's nothing worse than when you get into a real stride, right? And then they're just like, all right, I'm jacking you out. And it's like, bro, wait, what? Like, put me immediately back in. Don't even give me the story.
That happens in the game?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where you just
Wow.
you're at a point. You're at a point. It's not while you're in the middle of something.
Yeah,
but you're at a point, and then you just get unplugged, and it's just like, hey, here's what's happening in the real world, and it's like, I don't care.
Yeah, mid story.
The way they're doing
Wow.
it now, it just doesn't make sense. Like in the older Assassin's Creeds, it used to be like you would get to, it would be like a chapter system. Like you would do something, you would conquer this great feat, and then you would get plugged out of the Animus, and
Right.
the people at Abstergo would be like, okay, like this is the data we got from your memories or your like travels back in time, basically, and they would like break things down for you. And in the in between, you would also be learning like, oh, Abstergo is actually like an evil corporation, and I need to try and find a way out. And the assassins are trying to contact you. And it was like a really interesting little like back and forth story. And then in the most recent Assassin's Creed, it's just like you play inside the Animus most of the time, and then they'll jack you out for basically nothing. Like, hey, you want a sandwich? No? Okay, go back in.
Can I just say this is what I love about Jamie, because I don't remember none of that. Now I can tell you word for word everything that happens as an assassin, but jacking me out, I remember none of it. So
I remember the
I'm
end
like,
of the first
corporation.
game.
I'm like, huh?
You're in the room and the whole room was illuminated with like symbols and shit. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's this mean? And you're like thinking like this is really, and it was cool.
Yep.
And when then it stopped being cool. But you know, it started really cool.
Yeah, and look, I will say the one positive thing I could ever muster up about that movie was Michael Fassbender looked godly.
Yeah.
In his assassin's outfit. He was awesome.
Yeah.
And then the hood would come down, and then you would go, go back. Like, don't just do assassin stuff. Don't do anything else. And unfortunately, you got this much assassin stuff, that much of everything else. And that's why that movie went. Yeah. All right, let's move on. A few comments we got here. Are we going to discuss The Last of Us? I mean, we can, but I don't think we got anything of that because there's no game coming out for The Last of Us, unless I'm mistaken.
No, yeah, there's nothing. There's the HBO show, but
yeah, and we don't. We just have
Neil Druckmann was there, but other than that, really no. I feel like what they might be referring to is just like maybe how Last of Us swept last year, and there wasn't so much sweeping this year, which was nice. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot with The Last of Us, unless we're missing something.
And look, like I said, I didn't even know about this Matrix game till now. So clearly I'd missed things a lot. So that's why I was saying, unless I'm missing something. Mr. E says, I was pissed when I realized I couldn't play Matrix demo. I don't have Series X or PS5. Again, Malcolm, they're just trying their best to force people out of the old gen and into the next gen. And that's one of the best ways for them to do it, is make all the really cool stuff exclusively for those. But little do they know, I have the extreme willpower. Because as Joel knows, I'll watch cutscenes. So suck it. All right.
You know something that pissed me off?
What?
They add the new suits from No Way Home only to the Spider-Man remastered version So you have to
Oh,
that pissed me off. I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, come on, man, not paying $20 for a remastered game. Like,
I kind
two
of
suits.
I don't understand. I don't understand why they did that so soon. Like Miles came out maybe 2 years ago or something, and they're already doing like a whole remaster. Unless I missed like they are adding.
No, it came out with Miles. It came out with Miles. They remastered, changed how Peter looks, and all that.
Oh, you're talking about
but they only put in the 2 new suits in that game in the remaster one. So if you had the Spider-Man PS4, you cannot get those suits. And I was like, what the fuck, man? I was like, come on, man, it's messed up.
Did you see the they're doing like Miles Morales Ultimate Edition or something like that?
Yeah.
That's what they're remastered in it. That's what remastered in it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Included in it.
Remastered both of them, right? It's together.
Yeah.
I'm confused now. I'm like, how are you gonna remaster something that just came out? Like that just doesn't make any sense.
Well, they're smart because they do know that that's one of their highest selling games is that Spider-Man franchise. So it's like, what if I make this look better with a few more incentives?
No,
I'd rather them do like another DLC or something instead of try and sell me the exact same thing.
Did Miles?
The trailer. No, the trailer that they put out. The reason they put out that trailer again, because the same trailer they put out when the game first came out, they just added the 2 new suits in the gameplay. So you can see the 2 new suits for the Spider-Man remastered game. It's still the same Miles game. Miles hasn't changed. It's just they added 2 new suits in the Spider-Man remaster.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
They low down dirty shame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. Graphics look insane. Yes. This new Matrix, I'm just not sure where they're going with it. Are you referring to the movie or the game?
I think the movie probably.
Movie looks like a reboot or something, or trying to be.
That's not the impression I got. So I was like very interested to hear Joanne and Joel talk about it last night because I was thinking they were doing something almost completely different.
Yeah, I just got into this not argument, but me and Joe were just yelling at each other about this. To where I was saying it
sounds
just
like an argument.
Like I just didn't want to make it seem like it was negative. It wasn't. But it just seems like they're just going to continue to ride this Neo and Trinity thing. And I was just trying to tell Joe that I kind of would have wished if they felt the need to bring back Matrix, that literally no one asked for because you gave us an ending already. I kind of wish you did it the same way that M. Night Shyamalan did Split, where you bring back a whole new concept, but it's in the world of Matrix, all new characters, and you end it with an end credit scene of Neo. And it's like, well, didn't he die? Like, why do you need Neo now? It's a whole new,
whole new Fast and Furious 3.
Wait, say it again.
So like Fast and Furious 3.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes.
Family franchise, by the way.
My fear is that Matrix will become indeed, like Joel's saying, Fast and Furious, where you just kind of go, it's literally the same concept, just a few new faces, and the danger might get a little bit higher this time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, don't do that because you'll pollute it to a point where we won't want to see anything else Matrix. Change it up, reinvent it, and then if you want to keep using Neo, bring him back, but not as the main focus. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling Joe, I compared it to where we are in Star Wars, where we've gone with the Skywalker name for so long. People are expecting a Skywalker everywhere. And it's like, bro, I want to get away from all things Skywalker. I want all new people that I can get acclimated to and enjoy. That's why The Mandalorian was so refreshing. It's like, yes, new. And then we get to the end of that and it's like Luke. And it's like, oh, no, you did it. Why? Like, now you got me looking for a Luke Skywalker series. I'm trying to get away from Skywalker. It's like enough. But all right, speaking of Star Wars, let's go into what a whole bunch of people in these comment sections want us to talk about. And that's Star Wars Eclipse. That game looks sick. And albeit that's just... Oh, go ahead, Trayvon. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No one get mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
What is this game about?
Right now.
Like,
what is going on?
Like... Go ahead, Joe.
It's about Star Wars.
I mean, it's just...
Okay, so it does not take place in anything you have seen, movies, TV, or animation. It's a book right now.
Oh.
This game isn't based off of the book, but it takes place in the timeline that the books right now are based in.
It's what Star Wars is pushing right now, the High Republic.
And the High Republic is a few hundred years before Phantom Menace. So actually you're working in a timeline where there's little to no Sith at all. And it's why Darth Maul says in Phantom Menace to Sidious, it's time we reveal ourselves. And Qui-Gon's just like, Sith? We haven't seen Sith in hundreds of years. Where the hell y'all come from? So this is a period where there's no peace, but there's also no Sith. Look, I don't know what I was looking at watching this. I thought at some point I saw Travis Barker playing the drums in this trailer. I don't know what the hell was going on. But all I know is I saw lightsabers, and when you show me that, you got me. You have me. So now it just comes down to seeing gameplay. You know, because however this game plays will 100% depend on whether I'm watching just cutscenes or I'm actually buying the game to play it. Because I'm still waiting for this open world Star Wars game. That's still coming. Fallen Jedi. Fallen Jedi, right? Fallen Jedi Order. Fallen Order. Yeah. Okay.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order. Thank you. That sequel is within the next few years. Yeah, so they got some other stuff coming. So
wait, did you just beat it, Trayvon, or you say you need to beat it?
No, I need to beat it.
Oh, okay, because I remember you were playing it earlier this year.
Yeah, I kind of got
Was it earlier this year? I felt like it was last year.
No, it was this year.
It was this year?
I got a little sidetracked with Spider-Man getting added and Miles Morales and everything else. So yeah, I'll go back one day.
Oh, you also played the Black Panther DLC.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I beat that. I did all of that. Yeah. Every single piece of that.
I understand it. I completely understand it. So Trayvon, not knowing what you were seeing, you at least enjoy the visuals.
Oh yeah, I thought it was really that beautiful. But I've learned with these trailers, it's just CGI. It's
they can be lies. You can say
it. And I've just been and now I've been pretty versed in that now. So every time I watch these things, I'm like, that's not them actually playing. So this is pretty cool movie. Let's see what
cinematics.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, it looks great. I'll if it's anything like Jennifer Arnold, I have fun with that game. So I'm pretty sure I'll check out this too. So I want to check out that game you guys keep talking about all the time. What's that one that they're remastering? What is it? The one you got?
Yes, Knights.
I can't wait to check that out.
Knights of the Old Republic. Oh,
can't wait to check that out.
That's gonna be fun.
I can't wait to check that out.
Knights of the Old Republic.
But y'all talk about it so much, I'm like ready.
Yeah, I've never played it either, but people talk the crap out of that game. So I'm like, at the very least, everybody who's mentioned it has to play it to support these people because they only made it because of y'all. They only made it because of y'all.
They also only made it because they're gonna be giving us Knights of the Old Republic in live action soon. So it's just to remind people, like, hey, you remember this great game? Get familiar with some of these characters. You'll see them soon. I hope so. I'm talking it into existence. Whatever.
You're probably right. I'm pretty sure you're right. Disney Plus is right there.
It's literally right there. Right there. Holding your hands out. All right. Before I pass on to Jamie and Joel, we got a comment. Sounds like my kind of game. Brandon says the website said your choices affect the whole story, multiple endings, and multiple playable characters. It's supposed to be similar style to Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, that's made by Quantic Dream, so same developers. And between
go ahead.
It's the same people. They did Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain and
wow, it's gonna be like that.
There's another one that I read today, but I can't remember. But like between in
the Detroit game, don't you only see the hand?
No, you see the full character. It's just you don't get to like make them move through the world by using like the thumbstick. It's like, okay, go do this thing, and then they'll walk over and do the thing, and you're like, okay, do the next thing. It's like, yeah, one of those games. It's more like a
Telltale.
yeah, it's kind of like Telltale.
Oh,
Have you never seen or played Detroit Become Human?
now
Does it
that
sound like that?
I'm pretty sure if it didn't win Game of the Year, it won so many other awards. That game is freaking amazing.
no shots at it at all. But I know, and it takes a lot for me to not like something Batman. But I do know the one thing I hated about
they're not. It's just a similar thing to Telltale. They don't do this.
Oh, okay.
Not
okay,
Telltale. Yeah. As they do that kind of style where you don't actually move the character, but you're playing as them, like role playing. But yeah.
So it's not gonna be at least Jedi Fallen Order. So that's what it sounds like. Like that's what I'm looking for.
Well, no. The game is it's
forward.
not gonna play the same as like a Detroit Become Human or Heavy Rain. It's gonna be actual. It's gonna be like Jedi Fallen Order. Okay, I'm just saying like those. I reference those games because those are like really narrative driven, like really good story games. So I'm hoping that I can bring like some of the same efforts that they put into narrative into Eclipse. But something I read between last night and today, literally, I found out there's like so much crap wrong with Quantic Dream, with like sexism and racism and all this other stuff, as far as like some of the higher ups. So,
good luck on that game actually coming. Is what you're saying? Good luck on that game actually coming.
I think it'll ship, but it's just like, I don't know, the way that it happened at the Game Awards, they did like low key shots at Activision, like without saying their name. They're just like, yeah, we don't support like game develop or game studios that promote harassment. So here's a game like Quantic Dream, the company doing the same thing. So it's like, yeah, it was a weird matchup for sure.
I mean, honestly, if you look, all of them have those kind of, like like everybody has problems. Like they feel like everybody's trash. let's just go with that. I guess I don't know.
This is true, but I don't know. It's just like just because it's becoming more public, it's shocking.
Everybody loves to hate Activision too. Apparently, what I'm learning. So
this is also true. This is also true.
But I don't know.
I'm just hoping. I still want to support the devs of Quantic Dream because they do amazing stuff. But higher ups, y'all need to get out. Get out of there. If you did something bad, if you didn't, you're okay. But I'm watching you. But yeah, I'm really excited for Eclipse. With everything that Quantic Dream has accomplished so far, I feel like it's going to be a really, really awesome narrative at the very least.
Okay. Yeah. And like you said, Trayvon, of not really getting any gameplay. Jedi Fallen Order, I remember me and Joel watching that together. When they first dropped that trailer, there was no gameplay, and that game had me sold. It had me sold. I didn't need to see any gameplay. The story itself was enough that this game was going to be looked at by me one way or another. Whether it was just all cutscenes or actually buying the game to play it. So to me, this is how Star Wars always gets me. You give me some good cinematics like that, your gameplay I can find out about later. I don't need it yet. So I was very excited to see what they were able to do. But Joel, what were your thoughts on the trailer for it?
Well, I mean, it was a very beautiful trailer. It was very, very pretty. The graphics look really nice. The worlds, it screams Star Wars without screaming Star Wars I remember. It's like new stuff in that world, and that's what I like. You got to see a lot of new stuff within worlds I recognize, and I'm like, cool. We're seeing different types of Jedis and different type of people and different armies, and I think this is a very fresh time period to work in. So you can do a lot of different things and not have to reference back to the Skywalker legacy if you don't want to, ever. So. Not that I have a problem with them. I just, we've moved, we're past it technically. So even though we're going backwards, let's worry about that. We get to see some cool characters that live long, like a Yoda. That I'll live with that. Stuff like that. I'm cool with that. But I don't know what kind of game it's going to be. But I love Fallen Order 2, like a lot. So if it's anything like that, you got me.
And it's funny because me and Joe are just talking about this. Them showing Yoda in the temple is only funny because when you look at how Yoda looks, right? Because he was saying how like oh my God, like, can you picture when Grogu grows up to look like that? And I was telling him, Grogu's never going to look like that. I said, think about how Grogu looks now, and people kept thinking he was Yoda. The worst thing to do would be to age him up and have him look exactly like Yoda. The best thing is to keep him small and adorable so that people can always differentiate, like, that little old troll-looking thing is Yoda, and this adorable little beautiful creature is Grogu. So I'm like, we'll never have to worry about that overlapping because they want to try to get away from people thinking that's Yoda.
Same person.
They're not all Yoda.
He's still called Baby Yoda.
They do.
No. Everyone does, because when you look at him, he looks like Yoda. But what people don't know is Yoda isn't a species. That's his name. Like, it's not a species of Yoda. So when people kept saying Baby Yoda, I'm like, but he's not Yoda. So it's like, that name doesn't even make any sense. So I was glad when they came out with Grogu. So it's like, he has a name.
I was about to say something, but I'm not. I don't get attacked. Never mind. Okay, just go.
Just want to get attacked all the time. He's like, just wear a bullseye.
You know what? I said I thought that thing was Yoda. I thought it was.
No, it's fine. Everyone did.
That is not fine.
No.
You know Star Wars. You know that's not Yoda.
I'm only saying it's fine because, to be fair, a lot of people didn't know where the Mandalorian took place.
Yeah, true.
And also a lot of people did not know there were, like, a lot of people don't know Yaddle, right? So a lot of people don't know we've seen more of Yoda's kind. So to a lot of people, they've only ever seen Yoda. Okay. Yeah, Yaddle was the female of the species. So to a lot of people, when they see, actually Yaddle was mentioned in Fallen Order. The pilot was talking about Yaddle as one of the only Jedi that he knows of that escaped. Apparently he was attracted to Yaddle. And I can tell you this, if you think Yoda's go ahead and Google Yaddle. Yaddle is like, oof, that's just not an attractive species, clearly. But yeah, so Trayvon,
what's in here. What's in here?
Oh, 100%. And what was in here for Yoda was just watching everything happen. Just like, yeah, that's crazy. Y'all are dying. Who cares? All right.
See Yaddle.
You see Yaddle?
Yaddle.
Tried to tell you. So yeah, I will give you that pass, Trayvon, because a lot of people were confused on the timeline and the fact that there were other species that Yoda was a part of. But all right, let's move on. Joel, I'm gonna pass it to you, man. We got a Wonder Woman game.
No, did we?
We did. It's funny because I swear we've been talking things into existence. Me and you were talking not too long ago about the fact of, like, it's time for a Superman game. And I love how the world was just like, you said a superhero game? Cool, here's Wonder Woman. And it's like, no, we said Superman. You heard it, universe.
It's just a power DC villain, a power DC superhero.
Right. So Joel, what are your thoughts? This is only like a little small cinematic little teaser.
Yeah.
But apparently Jamie was telling us, or you were saying that it's supposed to play like what were we saying the mechanics was supposed to be like for Wonder Woman?
Shadow of Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor. There we go. So how excited are you?
Well, like I think I mentioned yesterday, actually. I would have been more excited if I was live watching it, because I would have gotten so surprised. I never would have saw it coming. No, I had to find out on Twitter, unfortunately, and it was already ruined for me by the time I got home. I was like, fuck.
It was number one. The Game Awards are number one trending all night. So yeah, it was going to be hard to avoid it.
It was hard, and I remember the excitement I got, like seeing the Wolverine trailer, like live.
Yeah. Oh my God, I lost my mind.
Oh, that was one of the best. And then the Spider-Man one, I think, came right not long after that. I was like, oh, blow. So Wonder Woman would have done the same thing for me if I caught it live, but didn't, unfortunately. And it was a very small tidbit. And then, of course, they released some information on it. And it will play apparently like Shadow of Mordor, which are like, really? And it's like open world and all that extra cool shit. Yes, that is what I am talking about. I can't wait. Honestly, we've only gotten really Batman games for the most part. There haven't been not many solos. Other superhero games, there have been attempts at Superman in the past, not good ones. I think there was an Aquaman game for GameCube. I can't imagine it was good because no one talks about it. But look, it's a new age. Wonder Woman is very popular, and I always thought that it would probably play out. I would love like a God of War-ish type of game with Wonder Woman. That would be really cool. But Shadow of Mordor is not an option either. So, it's gonna take place on Themyscira. Cool. She's gonna fight monsters and gods. I'm like, perfect. Give me that because it's gonna be balls to the walls, and they're gonna show off her shit, and it's gonna be great. I can't wait for Wonder Woman the video game. It's nice to say. You don't get to say that often, so it's cool.
It's true. But I do want to say, Joel, before you go, that you saying a God of War type of game, bro, they could do that with Black Adam. Like they could give us a Black Adam Gods of War type of game, and it just be sick. Because it's just picturing what you could do with his powers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just thinking of that is just like, oh my goodness. Oh man.
I mean, who would he fight? I mean, you gotta like really pull shit out of your ass, I guess, for that one. But
why not?
I
don't mean exactly, but why not follow the movie's template and fight them?
Fight heroes?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. I mean, it's not bad.
Different. We don't usually get villain games where the villain is the main character.
We are, and it's called Suicide Squad. Kill the.
Oh yeah, no. So give me your thoughts on that gameplay.
It looked cool. I did not know what to expect because we've gotten a lot of cinematics for this. It looks like it's just gonna be the four of them, but it looks really interesting. Like the whole using, Deadshot, King Shark, Harley Quinn, and Captain Boomerang. You know, he's out there with that. I guess he uses his boomerang to traverse them. That's cool. Really interesting concept there. Fighting the Justice. I'm not a fan of fighting my favorite superhero team, but I'm gonna have to like swallow my pride. They're not the same people, and kill them is like I don't know if they're actually going to kill them.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, why would I don't know to actually pull the trigger?
Will they actually die? Will they? You know, I don't know. I don't believe they're gonna die. But you got to kill whatever the fuck that thing is, pretending to be the Flash at the very least. So, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting those four against the whole league. Yeah, well, good luck. But I can't wait. It does look fun.
They shot their load with this because the question would be if this game is a huge success, which we can all expect it will be. How do you follow it up? Like you can't tell me my mission goes from stopping the Justice League to now just getting some confidential evidence from the Riddler in the second game. Like the stakes have to be even higher. So I'm like, to start here, you're kind of just like, all right, we're gonna go balls to the wall. Hopefully this is a success, and then maybe we can think about something else going forward. So this was a gutsy way to go, because I remember when me and you, Joel, when we talked, when we first heard this announcement, it's like, kills the Justice League. Like, what? Huh? How do you even do that? Like, and then it's like, all right, well, then who's the team? Then we see the team, and it's like, that's the team you think can do it? All right. Okay. All right. Can't wait to see how it looks. And we got the gameplay. It looks great. But interesting.
Brainiac is the actual villain of the story, apparently.
Right.
So, and him and his alien forces, and then of course him now mind controlling the Justice League. So we'll see how it plays out. So
I can't wait to see them release the heroes from Brainiac's control, and then the heroes not wanting to thank them. We will never let people know. Yeah, we will never let people know you said this.
Never happened. I know what you're talking about.
Especially Batman. Can you picture the stories Harley and Joker will tell that they saved that she saved the Justice League?
You do notice that they don't ever mention his name, right?
They don't. They know what happens when you mention his name, man. They know what happens. People go, "It's a Batman game." No, relax. It's not. He just may be in it. Relax.
He's already dead.
Yeah.
Well, it takes place in the Arkham series, and
hang out in Gotham Knights.
What is wrong with you?
I guess. Okay. So here's the thing. We talked about this last night. if they're trying to do some kind of crossover between the games where like maybe the stories aren't necessarily woven together, but they're running like parallel to each other. So something that happens in here, it could be referenced over here. If we're going with that, then it would be a spoiler to find out that Batman's in the game, because in Gotham Knights, Batman is dead or dead. We don't know.
To be fair, the first time I saw that trailer, and towards the end of the trailer where they show the Court of the Owls, first thing I said was, well, of course Bruce Wayne's not dead. They have him. Like, that was the first thing I thought. I'm like, you're just not gonna kill off Bruce Wayne and start a series like that. Albeit we've seen it done, CW, but there's just no way you do that for your games. So I wholeheartedly believe that was a spoiler in itself. No way Bruce Wayne's dead. I mean, shit, anyone that played Arkham Knight, they pulled the hokey doke in that, where you're just like, damn, man, that's how it ends. And it's just like, I'm sorry, who was that just jumped off the roof? Like,
we don't know. They don't tell you.
They never tell you anything, but you kind of feel like, is that Bruce? But yeah, so I'm glad we're getting that game. I'm glad we got more information on that game, because it was seeming a little nerve-wracking, the lack of information as far as gameplay and whatnot that we were getting for it. So I just can't wait. We don't have an official release date, right? Just next year.
Yeah, I think it's just next year.
That's fine. That's fine.
Because I know Gotham Knights was supposed to be this year, and they got pushed back to next year. So now they're both next year.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, no, I'm really excited for that. Trayvon, I do have to ask you. I don't want to move on without asking you. I can assume you'll be able to fly in this. Are you also excited?
She came off the ground. She came off the ground in that trailer. Trust me, I watched it plenty of times to see. Her feet came off the ground. And I was like, okay. So that's what we're showing me. She better be able to do it. Not playing with them.
So you'd be mad if they go the Jessica Jones route and she just jumps?
Absolutely. Yes. You know how mad I've been at the movies? Like, no, like every time I see her in this little jump she keep doing, I'm like, no, what are you doing? Get off the ground. Like, what is going on here? Like, I've seen you so many times animated and flying. I don't understand. That's the only thing
I don't recall them utilizing that a whole bunch in the comics. I don't think that was ever a focus. Like, we know she can. We know. I'm not saying that. We know she can.
Yeah.
But I swear I don't feel like that was ever like a mainstay. Like, we would ever really see her flying with Superman often. You know what I'm saying? Like when we would see them together.
I've never not known her to fly, so it's weird when she wasn't flying. Thank you.
Exactly.
In the cartoon, the only time she wasn't flying was like Super Friends, where they gave her the invisible jet. Like,
right.
Fuck. I mean, in the cartoon, a couple of times she's in that jet too, and you're like, they all can fly. Why do you need a jet?
The only person in a jet should be Batman. Like, he's the only person that should be in it. Batman and Flash.
Yeah.
Outside of that, everyone can fly.
I hope she flies differently. How about that? Because I liked how they kind of got her flying in the Wonder Woman 1984, where she's kind of like going with the wind kind of thing. That was pretty cool. It was a little different than like just classic Superman bullet flying. Like that.
So, yeah, I don't want to see that. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, she shouldn't fly that fast. Go ahead, Trayvon.
Okay, so that was a big surprise when I saw that. I was like, oh, we're finally getting a powered DC superhero. Finally. No more Batman. So sick of him. So we're finally getting something else. Sorry, that's how I felt. I was like, yes, finally somebody else. God. I was like, and then I saw it. Then that was the first thought. Second thought was I saw her feet get off the ground. I said, oh yes. Oh, we're here. Okay. Then when's this game coming out? 2024? Like, that's why we're gonna get the damn thing.
That is one of the worst things about game announcements is where you're like, yay, all right, it comes out the end of next year. And they're like, no, 2024. It's like, why even say something? Why say anything? Just wait. Wait till the end of next year. Like, what is wrong with you?
They gotta make sure they get in your pockets early. You know, you can get the pre-order bonus if you do this, and that. Then
pre-order bonus 2 years out? You ain't getting a dime from me 2 years out.
They got me when they announced that Spider-Man game, and they told me it only PS4. I did not have a PS4 before that. I bought one. Like,
See, yeah, no.
I did not have one.
You know
I was
what?
not planning on getting one at all.
You
like,
know what,
when they did that, I said, I'm getting it.
I felt personally attacked because when that game came out, I'm like, because we had such a long stretch of movie tie-in Spider-Man games that were for all systems. And then when they came out of nowhere and they're just like, no. This is just for us. And I'm like, you know I don't have a goddamn PlayStation. Why would you do that to me? And I still didn't.
I got a PS4 to play.
I
got a PS4 to play Miles, not the first Spider-Man. I still have to do that, but
okay.
I got a PS4 because I had a PS3. And then I got a PS3 because I had a PS2. And I got a PS2 because I had a PS1.
You know what it sounds like? You're a PlayStation guy, Joel. That's what it sounds like. All right, my last question for you, Joel.
Wait. Oh, wait. He's about to leave
really quickly, and then
okay.
I just want to ask Joel this before he has to go. Malcolm is saying he saw this on floating around and wanted to know our thoughts. So I'll pass it to you first. How cool would it be if Keanu Reeves was the voice of Shadow?
Oh,
I think I reacted to that. Someone just sent me that. I'm like, I guess. I mean, it wouldn't really move my needle very much, but I was just an awkward. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm like,
you know what it is? I'll say this, Malcolm. I didn't need a casting as big as Idris Elba for Knuckles, right? And it wasn't a casting that I was just like, oh my God, until I just heard it. And it's just like, that's Knuckles. That's Knuckles. So for me, I'd feel the same way. Keanu Reeves is a great name, and I could easily see him nailing it, but it's something I won't truly get hyped for till I hear how he's going about sounding like Shadow. And then it's like, okay, cool. But until I hear it, it's just a name that I know.
I don't even know what Shadow sounds like. I don't know.
Oh, well,
I've never heard his voice. Yeah.
Okay, then that's fine.
But for me, it's completely new.
Yeah. So I mean, look, Idris Elba doesn't sound like traditional Idris Elba as Knuckles. So I would be interested to see what Keanu's take is.
I've heard different versions of Knuckles, and I know the more recent one was like a deeper voice, so it fits.
Right. No, but that's what I'm saying. So whatever take they would give to it is fine. But again, Sonic was casted by somebody I've never heard of before. And now in my head, that's what Sonic sounds like. Mm-hmm. So I'd be fine either way, but wherever I decide to go, I'd be fine. Excuse me, what were you saying, Trayvon?
No, I was going to talk about the Suicide Squad thing. That game that I thought was stupid at first. Kind of slightly still stupid, but it's still
stupid too, didn't you?
What do you say?
You said Guardians. We thought that was stupid too, right?
I honestly did think Guardians looked kind of.
It's still.
Yeah. Although it turned out well. It turned out well. Yeah.
It is fun. It's beautiful. Yes, but I still would like if I could switch between the characters.
Well, that's why you have sequels. And luckily, this was that good that it will probably get a sequel.
I still need to play it,
and they will learn from their lessons.
Yeah. Maybe you can
for sure.
That's why That's nothing why I'm wondering about this game. The gameplay they showed, it seemed like you could play as each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm wondering if that's.
Well, I can tell you, you don't have to worry about that because the way that they just popularized Deadshot and Harley, no way they tell you that you could only play as Captain Boomerang. Like there's just no way. There's just absolutely no way.
Just to fuck it. You are only Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, that game would make $2. Like literally, no one would buy that. So because it's like Harley. If
he's a speedster though.
No. Utilizing him as part of the team, utilizing him as part of the team is cool. But if anybody would be the mainstay, it'd be Harley. She's the biggest name out of everybody in that team. But no, Deadshot, Will Smith put on a way higher level than where he already was.
Deadshot's black.
Right. So that lets you know everything you need to know about. You'll be able to play as everybody. You'll be able. They brought in Samoa Joe for King Shark, I believe, right, Joe? Yeah. Right. So I'm like
King Shark.
Yeah. You'll be able to play as everybody for sure. Now it'll be interesting to see how you rotate it.
Right.
You
I'm
rotate.
curious. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my last comment on WB Games, and hopefully they do right. Where's Gotham Knights? I mean, I know y'all say it got delayed or whatever, but at this point, I need a date. And also Hogwarts Legacy. Where's the gameplay? I need
gameplay. Where's the announcement that it's done?
I just need
baby steps.
I don't think it's like that game made me the most excited I've ever been for a game ever. I felt like when I saw that. Ever. When I saw that, I down here literally screaming. I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Yes, please,
open world Harry Potter game." Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Very excited. So they need to tell me something. Like, just give it to me, please. Yeah.
Well, like me and Jamie are trying to say, we don't even have word that they're done with the game.
I don't even know if they're still doing it. Like, it's been so long since they said anything. But Joanne was saying last night that like if they did have the opportune time to do it, other than the freaking Game Awards and like, you know, Fandom and all these other events, then they probably would do it during the Harry Potter anniversary.
Right.
Yeah, which is it's coming. Yeah.
Because I mean that anniversary. Oh, I'm sorry, Joel.
I'm saying we will see.
Yeah, because I doubt that anniversary is just to tell you like, hey guys, we're bringing everybody back together. It's cool, right?
I'll be crying on January 1st.
Oh, for sure, it's gonna be cool to see them back together. But I'm hoping you're gonna utilize it. You're gonna utilize that time better and make some announcements. You know,
hopefully
a new set of movies, whether it's the game, something.
Well, the Secrets of Dumbledore trailer comes out Monday, they said. So I was okay with this. They're starting something.
Cool.
Right. Yeah.
Have they done all of the Harry Potter games through like the Lego franchise?
Not Fantastic. Not Fantastic Beasts. They haven't done it for those. They've done it through.
I don't know if they will.
Legit Harry Potter. Yeah, they've done it all for the actual Harry Potter.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see.
Speaking of WB games, where is our whatever the fuck NetherRealm does next game? Because I want that.
Which one?
Yes. Yeah.
The people that do Mortal Kombat and Injustice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is
Injustice 3, where you at? Where you at?
Because that's either that's next or whatever that Marvel one that they're talking about. Rumored is out.
They only got 3 options.
Give me something.
You got to give me Injustice 3, another Mortal Kombat, or that Marvel game. It's the same thing with Rocksteady. You only have 2 options. You either give me another Red Dead or you give me Grand Theft Auto. That's your only options. I don't want to hear anything else. You know what I'm saying? Announce one of those, and then you can give me all the other games.
We just got through Mortal Kombat. It has to be one of the others. So there's coming. There's news coming. They're just being really stingy.
Very stingy. You know what I'm starting. You know what I'm starting to think, Joel? I'm starting to think the next time we hear about Mortal Kombat will be a tie-in game to whatever this sequel is, or whatever the next Mortal Kombat movie is that they do.
A tie-in to the movie?
I hope not.
I think so. I really.
They need to come on with that announcement. I'm ready. I'm ready for that. I really like that.
They also, you know what? They also need to come up with an open world Mortal Kombat game. That's what they need to do.
They need to diversify. Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. I feel like that is an interesting idea, but I don't know how how would the fighting be? Would it still be the same thing? You enter the same kind of.
Have you ever played Sleeping Dogs?
I know of it. I've never played it before, but I know.
Make the fighting mechanics just like Sleeping Dogs.
I don't know if people go for that then. I don't know.
The fight mechanics were great in that.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying that's not Mortal Kombat.
No, and that's the difference. I don't think it needs to be Mortal Kombat. You have enough good IP, good characters. Do something different. Mortal Kombat is Mortal Kombat.
Because here's the thing: Mortal Kombat is based in martial arts, so it's just a fighting game. So you just got to make it to where the fighting mechanics are good, and then wove in some of the ability.
They've tried that before. They did that. I think they did the White Lotus. I think they had a monk game like that. Yeah. They did the soldier one. I forget what it was. So they've tried it, just not been successful.
Because to me, it's like what makes Sonic, what continues to make Sonic and Mario thrive is that they don't just go, all right, you could jump on a mushroom and then you jump in the tube. Like they've evolved we now have, free roam Mario games. We're about to get, as Trayvon has as his background, free roam Sonic games.
Trayvon, did you like that trailer?
I did.
Bro, they didn't show us shit, man.
I know, but it's just the thought of him having that much to run. I don't. It's just
nothing.
It's open. It told me it's open world. That's all. That's all.
I gotta see him run in this open space, not just
See, I don't know if it's gonna be open world or not, because I feel like I don't know. That's just gonna be. It would be a lot for the Sonic team. I feel like just the way that Sonic traverses the environments and whatnot. I would like it to be, but I don't.
They would have to have a lot. They would have to have a lot of open world. Yeah.
But see, that to me, you gotta evolve it. Think about what you just got. Remember that Mario game, Joel, that I was playing on the Switch? That you're like, oh, this is a lot of fun.
Odyssey.
Yes, Odyssey. Sonic should work like that. It should work like that if you don't want to do the full free roam or open world. Because
Odyssey great.
Well, Kirby's gonna have an open world game. It looks pretty sick.
Wait, who's gonna have an open world?
Kirby.
Kirby is gonna. That does look fucking cool.
Yeah, I've never played a Kirby game, and I'm like, this is gonna be the first one.
I'm sorry, what? You've never played Kirby?
They never looked that interesting to me. I like the character, but the games never looked that interesting.
Man, the concept.
I'm not big on platformers.
Literally anything.
Playing Sonic Colors earlier this year was probably as platformer-y as I've gotten in like years.
I did not like
and probably Metroid Dread. Probably Metroid Dread too.
I did not like Sonic Colors. That game.
Sonic Colors Ultimate was so hard. It was so hard.
Sonic Forces was too hard for me. I couldn't do it.
What? You never got through it?
No,
oh man, I'm telling you,
this is not a Sonic that I know.
Beating that game. Well, yes, because technically you have to create your own character and work alongside Sonic.
And I don't like. I don't fucking care about my own character.
I don't care about me. Where's Sonic? No, but a Kirby open world game does sound very adventurous.
It looks cool.
I said it when it came out. It looks like Kirby's Mario Odyssey, like Kirby Odyssey. They should practically have called it. It looks great.
I just want to be able to eat everything. That's it. I want to eat everything. I want to eat a tree and now I'm tree Kirby. I want to eat a leaf and now I'm leaf Kirby. I want to do it all. I want to do it all in that game. But yeah, Trayvon, Joel is right. I'm sorry. I am excited for that game, but they didn't show me. They showed me the one thing Sonic does. Like they didn't show me anything else. It's like, hey, Sonic's running. It's like, that's all he does. What else are you showing me?
This remind me of the Dreamcast games. That's when I think Sonic. I guess I don't know what it was called.
Yeah,
I just remember those games were so different, and so
they were open world.
They were awesome. I was like, this reminds me of. So
yeah, you can travel to like the beach in that game. It was as open world as anything at that time.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Do you have Xbox, Trayvon?
Yeah.
It's on Xbox Marketplace. Sonic Adventure for like $6. Yeah, the first and the second one. Yeah, trust me, I downloaded it and was playing the hell.
Okay.
But yeah. So all right. So let's end it with this. I want everyone to go through what was the biggest thing that you did not get any announcements for. I know we sprinkled in a few, but there's so many that we could choose from. So many. Joel, I'll start off with you. What was one of the biggest ones that you felt was snubbed?
Legend of Zelda. Like, where was the Breath of the Wild 2? That's what I was waiting for, man. Cause I'm like, I saw that trailer when they finally gave us the trailer a couple months ago. I was like, that looks fucking awesome. So I wanted to see more of that. Like, it's in the sky now. Like, it's gonna be fucking cool, bro. I love that game. It's so good. Dude. I love it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the sequel. I'm very disappointed it did not show up at the Game Awards. Damn.
For sure. And let me give Joel a lot of credit. Joel got me into the whole Legends of Zelda game. I'd never played it before, ever. So Breath of the Wild was my first one. And I was like, what is this beauty? I still haven't beaten it. It's the hardest game I've ever played in my life. But it's so much fun. I love that game dearly. I really do.
Awesome. Yeah,
I do, but I have not beat it.
It's like playing The Witcher, but with cell shaded graphics and shit.
Yes, no, it honestly is. It really is. It is a lighter hearted version of The Witcher, for sure. No,
kid friendly, but yes,
very kid friendly. Jamie, what was your biggest snub?
Definitely Breath of the Wild 2. I am sad every day that we don't see anything from Nintendo about it. I also was kind of surprised we didn't see anything about God of War Ragnarok. I don't know. I guess we'll see it when we see it. I was kind of thinking we would see it here, but I feel like PlayStation will probably do maybe like an end of the year kind of, here's a direct for the end of the year, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever. God of War is coming out. It dropped just now. Go get it.
Oh my God. I have a panic attack. I wasn't prepared.
I know, just like the PS5 launch, like it dropped just now.
Does gaming even do that for game releases?
Nintendo does. Nintendo does it pretty often, but mostly for indie games.
Got you. Okay. Because I know music just started doing that, so I'm like, for gaming, that would cause mass hysteria.
It would, yeah, especially for God of War.
Now it's fights in Best Buy for the last copy of it. It'd be pandemonium. Yeah, you'd have to give a lot of people a little bit more, time to prepare. Like Joel said, I'm not even prepared for this. Like, wait, what? like, what is happening? God of War is a really good pick because it's like that's something we want to hear more about. That game looked, oh my God.
I still need to beat God of War 2018, but I did get through like the first couple chapters and I really loved what I've done so far. So
it's a fun ass game.
It is.
Beautiful game.
Trayvon, what's your biggest snub?
It's a game that I want that I'll probably never get, but I'm still gonna hope for it anyway. I would like for Hasbro to utilize the Power Ranger universe and do something with it.
Don't they have a game?
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
They do. Can I be fair really quickly? Trayvon? Power Rangers hasn't had a good game since Sega Genesis. That Sega Genesis Power Rangers game was the best Power Rangers.
There's a Power Rangers fighting game, right?
That's what I'm saying. No, not good.
I see. There's not one.
It's
I'm
okay.
mistaken.
Like the characters are there. Sure, the characters are there. Let's. Yeah.
What kind of game do you want it to be?
A real one. Like I want the one that was on
game.
Like the one that was on Switch is basically the mobile game ported. I don't care what they say. That's what it is to me. It's the mobile game ported. Just a little bit better graphics. No, that's not what I want. I know open world is too much, but I want something that has some real heart behind it. Like some like good real name. Like there are so many characters they could do, so many villains, so much. Like they don't even have to do they can do one season at a time. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they could. There's so much that they could do with Power Rangers.
Would you be okay with like a Telltale game of Power Rangers?
There's more decisions than action.
I think your open world game could work in this concept. Think about the most popular Power Ranger ever, right? Like no matter what generation, Tommy Oliver, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you could use Tommy Oliver and do a shattered dimension to where he is fighting with each generation of Power Rangers and he's going through all the villains. So it's open world. You're exploring as Tommy Oliver, but you're going through different looks of different Power Ranger universes.
Like Dragon Ball Fighters of the Z and shit. Do it like that with Power Rangers. And you can do each season. And you have all the fucking motherfuckers in there with monsters. And it'd be the biggest thing in the world.
That would be cool. I just want, like, I'm just so tired.
Oh man.
I keep hearing about they're doing this new universe. When? 2025?
Oh yeah.
When am I gonna see it?
Netflix,
when am I gonna see it?
TV show.
Yeah, he got announced like last year, and then this year they said, "Oh, it's going to Netflix." I'm like, okay, so what you gonna announce next year? It's gonna be 10 episodes. Like what? Like I'm just so tired of just that. And I'm like, can y'all use it? Use it.
Biggest
please.
question is, will Netflix keep it? That's the biggest.
Yeah, I just found out they canceled Cowboy Bebop today. I'm like, damn.
So fast too.
It really was. It really
I love how
was.
Netflix is just like, Netflix loves to just say, hey, did you guys like this? And we're like, yes, we can't wait for more. You'll never get it. Why even do it then? Like, I didn't hear anyone say a bad word about Cowboy Bebop, and Netflix was just like,
I did.
nope.
But like,
I heard a lot.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people bitching, but that's
my
why.
thing okay, so here's the thing. Here's what makes it even worse. If you guys have seen Netflix Cowboy Bebop and you saw the ending, leaving it off at that just makes the story 10 times worse, because I have so many freaking questions about why did they do it like that?
Hold on. I'm sorry. That's not the first time Netflix did that. They left me off with a mofo who had one glowing hand, who now has two glowing hands, and then we never saw the show ever again. So Netflix is very consistent with, I'm going to get you. Luke Cage takes over the club. Gone. So Netflix is very consistent about getting you right up to the edge and then saying, never see it again. That's why I'm like, I'm not getting excited for Avatar. Why? So I can go, this was great.
I was never excited for that.
And then they cancel it. I can't. I appreciate that, Trayvon, because I'm with you. I want an open world Power Rangers game. It's very doable. I don't want any more fighting Power Rangers games. It's been played out. You've been doing it since Sega Genesis. Enough. Give me something new. Give me something new. Mine's gonna be Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
I almost don't even care anymore. It's been too long. I'm just like,
And you know why? Because here's the thing, Jamie. If GTA 5 stopped 4 years ago with DLC stuff, I'd be with you. I'd say, you know what? They're literally doing nothing. Who cares? The fact that they found a way to make this game stretch for over 10 years is ridiculous. And if fans have learned anything, when you finally get GTA 6, when you beat it, don't give them another dime. Because when you do, they're going to say, well, guess what, guys? You won't get GTA 7 till 2096 because we're going to stretch the hell out of GTA 6. They're going to find a way to make that so expansive.
Yeah. Aren't they like putting on new systems now too and everything?
Yeah, it's coming to PS5 next year.
Yeah. Bro, I swear I hate them so much. I hate them so much. Jamie, I do want to ask you this. Me and Joel were talking about this and we were really stuck on it. Maybe you were part of this conversation. I don't remember. We were saying how, what else can you do? Because we'd love to see more from Red Dead Redemption, right? Mm-hmm. But you can't really go forward. And there's not much going back that you can do. So do you kind of feel as though Red Dead Redemption was a two game series and then they should just move on to something completely different? Or do you think there's maybe you can just go a few years ahead maybe? Because the whole premise of it is horses and essentially just like cowboys to a degree. So it's like you can't go to where it's now all city folk and we got cars and whatnot, because that it then becomes Grand Theft Auto. You know what I'm saying? So how do you view that, Jamie?
Honestly, I feel like if there are any like side characters, they could possibly develop those stories a little bit more and go back to like develop their origin story pretty much. But I think if they don't do that, I really don't know what else they could do with Red Dead. I don't know. Maybe they could go into like some legendary cowboy stories and do something like that. But I don't know. They kind of put themselves into a box.
It really did. And it sucks because the games are so damn good. So at least if the second one was not as good as the first one, I can go, all right, just stop it there. The fact that it was immensely better than the first one, it's like, damn, now I want more. But I don't know how far back or how far forward you can go without it becoming something too familiar. All right. So yeah, let's go over a few fan comments and then we're getting out of here. Joe says, bring me Thanos, aka give me GTA 6. He's saying, I just wonder if Knuckles will be a full villain in his movie version or will go the way of being Sonic's friend because he was tricked by Robotnik. That's definitely where they're gonna go.
Yeah.
Mr. E says, I'm guessing villain at first and then will come an ally at the last minute for sure. Joe says, yeah, we assume because that's what happened in the game. He's also the keeper of the Emerald. Sonic and Knuckles are friends, but would make sense if they change it up for the film. I don't think you change it up. I think the whole point is that you want to build your Avengers with Sonic. And Knuckles is legit the Captain America of this Sonic team. Because Sonic is 100% totally Iron Man. So to me, I don't want a Sonic team that doesn't have Knuckles in it. I don't want it. Joe says it's Morphin time. That's for you, Trayvon. Mr. E says off topic, but I would be open to a new Ghostbusters game, open world, character customization and all. Yeah, and Joel actually would have loved to have heard about that. He would have liked that. I'm 100% fine with that. It's interesting. Do you go legacy or do you create all new characters? That'd be the biggest question for that Ghostbusters game. So that'd be interesting to see where they go. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I said. GTA 6. Guys, I heard GTA 6 will be launching alongside PlayStation 8 and Xbox Series. I lost count. Yeah, it seems like that.
Sounds right.
It definitely seems like that. It seems like we'll get the announcement as the world is ending.
We'll probably get the announcement at the end of the PS5's like lifetime. They're like, all right, now we'll do it. Either that or right in the middle, so they can port it to the next one too.
Yeah, and then make it a bundle. You know they're gonna make it a bundle.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's so damn crazy.
But plausible.
Yep, so damn crazy. And it's not even like they're coming out with great games like back to back to back, to where you can go, all right, well they got to focus on other stuff. It's like, bro, you know your bread and butter is GTA. Just do more. Just do more. Don't get me remastered. I mean, I bought it, but don't get me remastered.
It just makes me think about Mario.
The trilogy?
Yeah, I had to. Vice City is my all-time favorite Grand Theft Auto game. I love Vice City with all my heart. All my heart.
I mean, I feel like they're doing the same thing that they're doing Mario Kart 8. That's still selling so well right now. That's why they haven't done another one. It's like, that's it. Like, and it is fun. I give it to them. It's still fun. It is. They don't have to do anything.
Mario Kart will never not be fun. That game is structured to where it's impossible to play it and then just be like, I hate this. Like Mario Kart to me will always be fun. I do believe there will never be a better Mario Kart than N64's Mario Kart. But they've all been fun. I've enjoyed all of them.
You know what I want from Nintendo that's like a flagship for them? I want Switch Sports. Bring back the sports game with the motion controls. That was super fun.
Don't make me get active, Jamie. What's wrong?
You don't have to play it. Trayvon will play it.
Yeah,
you can watch. You can watch. Eat some popcorn. I don't know. Eat a cheeseburger. Be like, yeah, that's that stuff.
Wait a minute. So while you guys is getting 6-packs and whatnot, you got me over here eating cheeseburgers.
Well, that's what it sounded like you wanted to do.
Oh like, my god! I mean, I'm gonna do it. But don't put it on me. We all feel the same. We just want. To me, I kind of feel like these gaming communities or companies rather, they know what their big sellers are. And it's like, yes, do we want you to change it up and give us something new every now and then? Yes. But whenever I say the words, it's been over 10 years since the last Grand Theft Auto. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Think about that. Think about when the first Spider-Man game came out, then the Miles Morales game, and then we know we're getting the next one in 2023. Picture if that Spider-Man game came out then, and then they told you had to wait 10 years.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But that's Sony understanding. Look, we make so many games, but that's the big ticket. That's the one we make sure is in constant rotation. I don't know why they're not doing it with Grand Theft Auto. Stop trying to give us Mafia. And
kind of the same thing with the Halo. It was a long time before we got Halo back.
But to be fair, Jamie, Halo is all. that's literally it. And you can make a case. There's been more bad Halo games than there have been bad Grand Theft Auto games. So you could make the case that it's like, well, Grand Theft Auto has been very consistent with their quality of games. I remember playing the original Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation, where you could just drive the car. You couldn't even get out and start shooting people. You could just drive the car, and you had like crash the cars or whatever. Stupid, but anyway.
Do you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought so. Okay, so I know you want the Grand Theft Auto game, but the world we live in nowadays, do you think the problem them holding them back is, I mean, the backlash they'll get for some of the stuff in the game? Like, that shouldn't be the problem, but I feel like there might be something that's holding them back.
Wait,
like,
say it again. Like the violence,
the hooker stuff, the just getting out and shooting people, just running people over.
No, it's not for kids.
I'm saying, I mean, I know you know what I mean. Like, it's just there's a lot of stuff in that game
is
that people will complain about.
Is it problematic? For sure. But again, you're talking about a game that is for adults.
Right. Yeah.
It's not problematic for adults. It's only problematic because kids are getting into it. And then kids are, if you listen to the news, they're running off to go do what they just saw in the game. So it's problematic in that sense, but the game's not meant for them. So no.
I wonder if it's affecting. I wonder if that's affecting them though at all. Like, why is it? Is it just because it's doing well, or is it that too? Like,
I have to imagine it can't be that, because Red Dead Redemption 2 came out like what, 2, 3, maybe 4 years ago.
Has that kind of stuff in it too? See, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, it's Grand Theft Auto, just Western.
Oh,
so no cars, horses. You got your long rifles. Yeah, you could just run around and kill people. There isn't because obviously, there's no strip club or anything like that. But yeah, you can run around and just go murder people.
Oh, okay, well.
So it's not that different.
Well, my argument avoided. Got it. Okay.
Jamie had to go for a second, but I was telling her we're wrapping up anyway. I want to thank Joel, Trayvon, and Jamie for joining me on this gaming recap for the Game Awards. I'm glad we were able to do this together and live, so I don't have to worry about it not saving my damn videos. But thank you guys so much. And thank you everybody in our comment section. You guys are rock stars tonight. And shout out to Just Your Average Joe, because you're right. Yeah, we were talking about this at the start of it, Joe. Sports games don't change, but that's because none of the sports have actual competition. So what else are we going to play sports-wise if we don't play MLB The Show or Madden? So, and yes, Tails would be the Hawkeye of the Sonic team for sure. But all right, we want to thank you guys. Make sure you guys stay tuned. Please go subscribe to Cena Nerds podcast and subscribe to Just Your Average Joe on YouTube. We will be talking Hawkeye episode 4 tomorrow at noon. So make sure you guys are there for Just Your Average Joe. And make sure you stay tuned for us. We will be breaking down Hawkeye episode 5. And then best believe Saturday of next week, we will be breaking down Spider-Man No Way Home. So make sure you guys stay tuned for